2 months ago, I created a poll in Patreon on what do you guys want to see for our upcoming videos. Interestingly, you voted for the Sternritters as Gotei 13 captains as our February poll winner. Who do you think will be the captains and lieutenants from this set of Sternritters if they were members of the Gotei 13? Let's find out later in today's episode. As usual, this video contains spoilers, so I advise you to watch at your own risk. So strap in, let's grab our pencil, and let's draw, even if we are. First and foremost, let's start by drawing the head captain of the Gotei 13 and the captain of the 1st Division. Unless if we're doing the 0 Division, in which I don't plan on making, Yuhaba is the obvious choice. I'd also like to say that if not for making this voiceover and with a little bit of googling, I'd probably still pronouncing his name as Yuwatch instead of the correct one, since I honestly have no idea of its correct pronunciation until now. Anyways, with the Sternritters militarized uniform design, it's actually pretty challenging to design a Soul Reaper outfit for them as I have only limited resources of a Sternritters outfit that I could base with. However, since the Shinigami attire are also based on one uniform, I still find ways to make them look unique from one another by adding distinctive elements. One example is Yuhaba's Shinigami attire here, in which I turned his cape into a white one, representing the captain's Haori. I also added some round buttons as a homage to their Sternritters uniform. And for some nice touch, since he's the head captain, I added a personalized Soul Society's emblem into his uniform. You're probably thinking that either Yugram Hoshvolt or Oryu Ishida should be Yuhaba's lieutenant if they were members of the Gotei 13, right? Well, that also includes myself, but I was also thinking those two are, from what I've heard, belong to the 3 strongest Quincy's. In my opinion, it would be a waste if we'll just be putting them in the lieutenant position, so I decided to just find someone else that's still a very strong Sternritter and I think would be fitting enough to be Yuhaba's lieutenant. And that I think Kilgay OP is perfect for that position. Aside for being a loyal member of the Sternritter, Kilgay is also the executive hunting captain of the Jugged Army. As he's been assigned to this division, it means Yuhaba trusts him as well. Not to mention that Kilgay almost demolished the remaining Arrancars in Hueco Mundo, giving me an impression on how strong he is. I specifically incorporated his white cape and white gloves and added some details as I wanted him to look unique as possible since he's after all the lieutenant of the 1st Division. I never really liked this character but I really enjoyed how he turned out here. For choosing the captain of the 2nd Division, Lil Baro automatically what comes into my mind, not just because that he's one of the strongest, but because of his skills and his specialties. Remember how he hunted and shoot each and every Soul Reaper in Warwolf? Yup, that scene really made me think of him to be the perfect fit as the one in charge of the assassination and undercover operations. I can confirm that Lil Baro has one of the most distinct attires in the Sternritters. Although his current appearance still suits him even as a Shinigami, I still feel the need to change his look a little bit rather than just making him wear a Soul Reaper uniform. Starting from his hat, I made him wear a cowboy-like hat as cowboys usually carry a gun. You also noticed that instead of a target symbol of his left eye, I decided to make him wear an eye patch similar to Kinpachi's. And of course, I blend them together with his eye-catching green fur for a complete badass look. That I never thought suits him well. I think that there's no other Sternritter suitable to be Lil Barro's lieutenant other than Robert Acutron. As a marksman like Lil Barro, he can be a great assistant in missions, especially when they both have a similar fighting style. I also would like to admit that him using a gun is my number one reason I assigned him for the lieutenant position. His Shinigami design is not really that far off from his original Quincy counterpart. I decided to use his current design while also incorporating the Soul Reaper's uniform, such as giving him his usual collar and tie. What I like about this specific design is his waist, in which instead of just using an armband with their division symbol on it, I placed it into his waist. A simple but an effective way of making a character stand out. Deciding who will be the 3rd Division captain is quite very tricky for me, and I feel I might have messed it up. You see, Asken Naklivar is, if not the smartest, but one of the smartest Sternritter. And now that I think about it, he should be the 12th Division captain, or at least the captain of the 1st Division. With his poison ability and his scientific knowledge, he might easily be the science guy in the Gotei 13, and if I had to turn back the clock, I definitely placed him in the 12th division, but instead, my dumb brain put him in this division. Anyways, if you'd ask me on why I chose Askin for the role of the 3rd division captain, is for the fact that it's the one responsible and handles the intelligence and information of the Gotei 13, and I think it would be a fitting choice to give it to the most intelligent Sternritter there is. With regards to his Shinigami look, I heavily get inspirations from his Quincy outfit and create a new form of design that would match to his captain attire. Despite not remembering him at all in the anime adaptation, I decided to include Shaz Domino as he's been acknowledged for being a strong Sternritter. Aside from the fact that he attacked and killed some of the scientists in the Shinigami Research and Development Institute, I pretty much know nothing about him. But knowing that Shaz was able to infiltrate the institute, we can safely say that he possesses information gathering skills and is smart enough to inflict damage, in which a key factor to be part of the Intelligence and Information Division. As I was writing the script for this video, I also found out that he's a product of Grammy's imagination, also making him an appropriate lieutenant for Grammy's division. Well, let me know what you think. His Shinigami design is just a conventional lieutenant uniform with a touch of a striking leopard pattern in resemblance from his Quincy attire. I also decided to make his shield Zanpakuto shorter as a reference to his reishi knives. And as you've noticed, I did not include the markings on his face as I believe it's a Quincy related marking, and never mind, I actually forgot about it. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see the second part of this video a week early, see the link in the description below. Special thank you to my patrons in Patreon. This video will not be possible without your support. To see more of my content and to show your support to the channel, you might want to consider becoming a member in Patreon. For as little as $2 a month, you can now vote for our upcoming video topics with our monthly polls. We also have some amazing perks such as access to my full resolution drawings, early access to my future videos, coloring pages, digital drawings. You also have a chance to request your own character and get featured in my videos. You can also read my silly weekly dumb comics consisting of your favorite anime characters for you to enjoy, and so much more. Another way to support the channel is to purchase some of my art prints in the imprint store. This includes some of my traditional drawings as well as the digital versions of my artworks. This is the That's So Good Artist, and remember, art is beautiful, life is wonderful.